Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm on a little bit of a time crunch with this particular video, so I'm going to handhold this introduction and keep it short. The vehicle behind me is a 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe SE all-wheel drive, which is the base entry-level trim for the Santa Fe. So if you follow me here on the channel, you know I recently posted two other videos of the entry SE trim level for both the Kona as well as the Santa Cruz. So to have a third one behind me in the SE trim level in stock is a little bit bizarre, but I'm sure it won't last long here on the lot, especially with the inventory issues. Now, if you're curious about everything that changed for the 2023 model year here on the Santa Fe, I have a dedicated video here on the channel for that. So I'll go ahead and put a card up in the corner if you guys are interested in checking that video out. But in terms of the Santa Fe SE, there were no model year changes here on this trim level of the Santa Fe. So it makes it pretty simple here in the introduction. No model year changes for the Santa Fe SE. However, it did receive a small price increase of $500. So that means the SE all-wheel drive now starts at $31,195, including destination. And if you're curious about other trims of the 2023 Santa Fe, I both have a video on the base SEL as well as the limited all-wheel drive. So make sure to check those videos out, as those are pretty popular trims overall. But let's not waste any more time and take a look at what the 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe SE has to offer. So the Santa Fe in front of us is finished in Stormy Sea Blue, which you don't see too often here on the Santa Fe, surprisingly. But this one has the black cloth interior. Coming over the hood, you can see it's more of a deep blue, but it's not too dark like something like the Moonlight Cloud on the Palisade. Has a good amount of metallic flake in the paint, but it's also not as bright as something like the electric blue on some of the Hyundai vehicles of the past. The front end of the SE trim level is going to be the same for the SEL in this model year. So you have the matte black grille with the chrome Hyundai emblem, some light silver trim just below the grille, and some darker gray trim down at the bottom of the front bumper. LED reflector headlights are standard equipment on the Santa Fe, with LED projectors optional on the upper trims. You can see the LED daytime running light kind of runs down the center of the headlight assembly with incandescent turn signals on the inside. Aerodynamic treatments on the corners of the bumper just to help with fuel efficiency and overall airflow. Black body cladding along the lower section of the Santa Fe. You're going to have to step up to the calligraphy trim to get body color paint match trim. Coming over to the wheels and tires, these are your standard 18-inch wheels. These are going to be the same ones found on the SEL as well. They are a machine/gray finish. They are 235/60 Kumo Crugen Premium all-season tires. The mirror caps are body color along with the door handles, and the mirrors with blind spot detection in them. No proximity entry standard on the SE, so you do have a flip key with the remote unlock and lock functions. Bright silver trim around the windows with tinted windows out back, which is a nice standard feature. Out back, you'll find full incandescent taillights, and your turn signals are located on the lower bumper. You have more of that dark gray accent trim. Definitely breaks up the black plastic, which looks nice. H-track badge, because this one is all-wheel drive. You can see the H kind of matches the paint here on the blue. Rear backup camera. And single chrome outlet exhaust on the passenger side of the vehicle. But overall, even though this is the base SE trim level, it kind of looks very similar to the SEL. Like I said, they do share the same grille for this model year. But overall, like, the wheels are going to be the same. And it doesn't look too bare bones, especially up at the front. So overall, it does look pretty nice for an entry-level trim. Stepping on the inside, you're going to find the black cloth on this one. And the door panels are going to be fairly nice again for the entry-level Santa Fe. So you have soft touch up top, soft touch armrests with some accent stitching, power windows, mirrors, and locks. And you can see the switchgear still features some silver trim, which to me is a little step up from entry vehicles. Chrome door handle pull with the cool pattern running into the dash. 6-way manual driver seat, so you do have height adjustment. You can see these are a black/dark gray pattern seat. Stepping inside, the step-in height of the Santa Fe is going to be a little bit taller than something like the Tucson or the Kona, but still relatively easy. Now here's the key fob, like I mentioned, so it's the remote unlock, lock, and panic buttons. There's no power tailgate or anything like that standard on the Santa Fe. Feels so weird to be using a key in so many of the recent videos, but hey, that's what you find on some of these base models. So immediately you're greeted to the standard analog gauge cluster. It does have a nice 4.2-inch horizontal screen in the center, which displays a lot of vehicle information as well as your odometer, some of your safety systems as well. We can scroll through here on the right side using the buttons on the steering wheel, kind of cycle through some of the menus and safety systems. You can put your digital speedometer and everything on there. Pretty standard issue stuff. Urethane steering wheel. Does have paddle shifters on the back still, which again is somewhat surprising for the base model. Audio controls on the left side, safety systems on the right side. The Santa Fe does come standard with smart cruise control, lane following assist, all the Hyundai safety systems. So again, that's nice to see on an entry-level vehicle. Automatic headlights with high beam assist, regular wipers. Here on the left side, gauge illumination, lane keeping on off, traction control off, and electronic parking brake. The dash is going to be fairly soft touch overall. You do have some nice soft touch materials over here, again with that accent stitching. Coming over to the infotainment system, this is where you're going to find the base 8-inch system is still present here in this trim level of the Santa Fe. So you do have volume and tune knobs along with touch sensitive shortcuts around the screen itself. So you do have wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay connectivity with this system. Again, some people do prefer that here with the 8-inch system. I do wish Hyundai would offer that with the upper navigation-based systems and the larger screens, but that is still not present in vehicles. You do have AM, FM, HD radio, of course Bluetooth and USB inputs. Some nice chrome trim around the center air vents. Single zone manual climate control with all your physical buttons and knobs. Push button gear selection is still standard on all Santa Fe's. Because this one is all-wheel drive, you do some additional drive modes. So in this one you have Comfort, Sport, Snow, Smart, and then the center is your center differential lock, which will send power 50-50 front and rear. Stop start off, auto hold function, hill descent control. You have that gray pattern following it here in the center console. I much prefer this pattern over something like gloss black. USB-A data input for that infotainment system. 2 cup holders. Here's a slot for your phone. This one does not have wireless charging or Hyundai digital key. Center armrest is a good size. You can see a lot of extra storage space in there with a removable cubby. It is nicely padded. And down below in all Santa Fe's, you'll find this extra cubby below the center console. USB charge port, 12-volt outlet, and a bunch of extra storage space. And above the glove box, you'll also find some additional storage space right there. Coming up top, light colored headliner. You do have illumination with the vanity light. The interior illumination is going to be incandescent, however. Passenger airbag sensor up top, manual dimming rear view mirror. Fairly nice up here in the base Santa Fe, and nice to have smart cruise control for sure. So take a look at the rear seat. You're going to find some nice standard features back here as well. So coming over to the door panel, you have hard touch uppers, soft touch armrests though. Lots of storage space down in the bottom of the door panel. Reclining second row seats via that handle on the side there. And of course, all the materials are going to follow through for the seats themselves. Step in height, again, is very easy. You do have illumination in the center of the headliner. Handles on every corner. 1 map pocket on the back of the passenger front seat. You do have AC vents and 2 USB charge ports. Again, those are nice standard features in the Santa Fe. 60-40 split folding seats. Center armrest with 2 cup holders in the back. Again, this cloth material is very nice. And I think this is one of the nicest cloth interiors that Hyundai offers on any of their vehicles. So if you're looking for a cloth interior, this is probably the one to get. So take a look at the rear cargo space of the Santa Fe. You're going to have a lot of room. Of course, it's an electronic release tailgate, but it does not have a power lift gate. But again, for this price point, that should not be expected. You can see tons of room behind these second row seats. 12-volt outlet on the right side, little storage cubby. Cargo privacy cover. Again, nice to have to keep everything private. And the underfloor storage is one of the highlights of the Santa Fe. So you can see tons of deep storage space. You have your roadside jack there. And we're not done with underfloor storage yet. Up front here you have 3 very deep, large cubbies to put whatever you might need in there. Overall, you can see there's a couple of the accessories in there right now, but there is tons of underfloor storage, and that's one of the highlights of the cargo capacity of the Santa Fe versus something like the Tucson if you might be cross-shopping these two vehicles. Finishing up here on the passenger front seat, of course all the materials are going to be the same as the other side. Only a 4-way manual passenger seat though, so no height adjustment. Damped glove box, no illumination though, but you can see overall the storage space up front of the Santa Fe is very good. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. Under the hood of the Santa Fe SE and many other trim levels as well, you're going to find the same naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that puts out 191 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque through either the front wheels or all 4 wheels if you option all-wheel drive. One nice thing to mention here is it does have hood struts standard on the base SE. This engine is paired to the 8-speed traditional automatic transmission, so overall a pretty standard powertrain that is found in many other Hyundai SUVs, including the Tucson and Santa Cruz as well. So that's going to conclude this video on the 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe SE. So like I mentioned, I filmed a ton of SE videos in the last few days. I've filmed the Kona SE, the Santa Cruz SE, now the Santa Fe SE. I also have videos on the Palisade SE as well as the Sonata SE. So we've got a bunch of the Hyundai models covered in terms of their bare bones trims, which I think is good because I don't see a lot of those videos here on YouTube, and I don't think they are a volume seller in terms of the Hyundai lineup in general, but it is nice to see what the standard base trim levels of each models get. And with that said, I think the Santa Fe as well as the Palisade SE are pretty good values in terms of what you get. The vehicle I'm sitting in now with quite a few accessory options is $31,805, including destination. So to me, the fact that you're getting things such as smart cruise control and pretty much Hyundai's full basic safety suite as standard equipment is pretty good stuff. You have LED reflector headlights, standard equipment, and some nice amenities in the back, including the rear AC vents and USB charge ports. So again, considering you're getting all-wheel drive, all those feature amenities, and just the overall cargo volume and passenger volume that the Santa Fe offers, I think this might be a pretty good deal. But you guys can also be the judge. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the base SE trim here on the Santa Fe. And if you happen to own this generation Santa Fe, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know how your ownership experience has been. I think there's a lot of people that do read the comments, so it might help somebody out that is thinking about purchasing a Santa Fe themselves. So let me know what your ownership experience has been like. And if you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It greatly helps out the channel and these videos. And if you guys are not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure the bell notification icon is turned on so you get notified when I post every video. And once again, make sure to check out all the content available here on the channel, including Hyundai videos, Chevy videos, model year change videos, just a bunch of automotive related stuff. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.